Doesn't have a will to win, is a lazy player, fails to step up in the playoffs. I'm sure if you've ever tuned in to First Take or any other popular mainstream sports media show, you've heard at least one of these statements used to describe James Harden. But is what they're telling you actually true about the beard? That's what we're going to attempt to answer today. This is Topic Tackle. Let's go. What's good, people? JC3 here, and the roller coaster that is James Harden's professional career lends to very interesting conversation. I mean, this guy has not only been traded once in a deal that provided his former team with far less talent, but it appears as if now that has happened twice with the Nets deal and their uncertainty about Ben Simmons. Regardless, Harden hasn't seemed to care as he's made his mark as one of the league's most unique scorers and multifaceted players. Harden said pre-draft that he compared himself to Manu Ginobili, and that's about one of the most accurate comparisons anyone could have given him, let alone himself. So Harden has always known what he's been capable of, and I'd argue he's gone above and beyond what Ginobili could do with his shooting, handle, and passing ability. Let's take a second to consider James Harden's time with the Rockets. The man absolutely dominated the league on a nightly basis, posting averages of 29.6 points, 7.7 assists, and 6 rebounds in 621 games with Houston. He averaged over 30 points per game in 3 straight seasons, and his 36.1 points per game in 2018-19 was the 8th highest average in NBA history. During that same season, his usage rate was 40.47%, second all-time behind Russell Westbrook in 2016-17. Not to mention the insane stat lines he was putting up to lead Houston to wins. In January 2018, he recorded the first 60-point triple-double in NBA history on a night without CP3, Eric Gordon, and Trevor Ariza to lift the Rockets to victory. For anyone to average 2K my career type numbers consistently in real life ought to be given credit, even if they didn't accomplish the ultimate goal in the process because, well, they ran into a better Golden State Warriors team multiple times. The only thing that eludes him and that the media constantly brings up is the Larry O'Brien trophy. So what are the positives about Harden that don't get echoed by the mainstream media that could help him in his quest for a chip? Well, first and foremost, Harden is hitting the gym and weight room hard, and he's noticeably slimmed down and put on muscle. He definitely ain't in that pre-trade request shape, if you know what I mean. What's been well documented is that Harden is a great teammate and a lot of young players look up to him.
The other day we seen James Harden, and he was playing pickup with us, and like, I was like, Dad, like, you could tell you the best player on the court.
I mean, James Harden was here. He came for like a few days. He played 5-on-5 one day. He's my favorite player.
He was engaged the whole time. You know, he was talking the whole time. He was being a leader.
To see how great of a passer he is, honestly.
If James come, you know, just try to be ready all the times. Like, it might be like this much space and he'll still get it through there.
Because he's willing to get his teammates involved so often, I can see why they talk about him like this. And not only is he willing to share the rock, but the dough as well. Harden declined his $47.3 million player option and signed a 2-year, $68.6 million contract to free up some room for Philly to acquire additional pieces for a championship run. Now, I don't know what Philly's exactly done about that yet in terms of picking up additional pieces, but that's another story. And I know some of y'all might think, come on, he's still getting paid $34.3 million per year, and to that I'd counter with, I know I can pay $30 for a shirt, but still prefer to shop at H&M. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how rich you are, overpaying for something or giving up money, especially $13 million, isn't something to sneeze at. And speaking of money and something that's a worthwhile investment, all right, let's pause for a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video, Simply 8 Gummy Vitamins. Now, as you all know, I don't pick sponsors all the time for these videos, but I chose to go with Simply 8 Gummy Vitamins as they reached out to me. I researched their product. They have thousands of positive reviews on Amazon store. Simply 8 Gummy Vitamins are made with all natural substances, all right? No artificial flavors, all naturally based, and the taste is still great. And these right here are the men's multivitamin that I have in my hand. They offer support for overall health and wellness, immune support, and help you to reach your overall health goals. And you can never be too old to take gummies, okay? Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. These right here are the strawberry, cherry, and raspberry flavor. And again, great flavor, and it supports your overall health. I've got a code SUPERJOSH10 on the screen for 10% off. That'll be in the description below with the link for that 10% off to the Amazon web store. Also, make sure you follow Simply 8 on Instagram. It's at Simply8_gummies for more info on their products and special offers. Make sure you follow them on there. Support yourself, support your life, healthy diet, health is wealth, all that good stuff. Go ahead and check that link in the description below, and let's get back to the video. Also, think about this. Last season, Harden averaged 22 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 10.3 assists per game, the third highest single season assist average in his career, and we considered that to be a down year for him. Even James himself admitted that he wasn't himself last year. Whether that's a result of a lingering hamstring injury or not is what it is, but just think about how high of a bar we've set for him for us to consider this a down year. With that said, since Harden got to Brooklyn, he's been reinventing his game and has the chance to further do that this upcoming season with the Sixers. His usage rate is down considerably from his days with Houston, and his assist average is up. We can't expect him to be the scoring champ anymore, but provide a consistent 20 to 25 points per game and 10 plus assists. And on a team with Embiid, it makes sense that James isn't the primary scorer. Okay, transitioning. So what are legitimate negatives, not narratives, that have kept Harden from a ring so far in his career? It's fair to say that Harden has seemed to fizzle out and become disinterested in the playoffs, especially when faced with a series deficit. In the past, this may have been because he literally ran out of gas with his high usage rate, but we can't say the same now. Also, Harden can live his life, but when you're consistently seen with famous rappers and at clubs too close to losing, it's just not a good look, man. Harden also seems to be losing that first step burst off the dribble. It was especially noticeable in the Heat series, as he wasn't able to blow by defenders and get to the basket with ease as in years past. It's almost as if defenders knew his move before he made it, and it led to turnovers and him settling for threes. Of course, we know that James has never been the best defensively, okay? His effort has been questioned throughout the course of his career, and I don't think a coach is going to elect Harden to guard the opposing team's best player anytime soon. And the media has blown some of these negatives out of proportion. On seeming to fizzle out and being disinterested, Harden hasn't had a teammate who's ever said that he doesn't want to win. As highlighted earlier in the video, Harden's teammates like to play with him, and I'm sure guys like KD and Joel Embiid wouldn't be interested in playing with Harden if he really didn't want to win. The media calls Harden lazy, but the footage shows otherwise. He's in the gym every summer at multiple open runs, notably the Rico Hines runs in LA. A lot of pros go to those. It's reported that he's been lifting and hiking to get in better shape for the upcoming season as well. After multiple games last season, Harden was seen working out, like when he ran up the bleachers after the Sixers season sweep of the Bulls. So is Harden lazy, or is that just another narrative work of the media? I say if he didn't work hard consistently, he'd never be able to put up the numbers he has and still does put up in his career. How about double standards? For example, a player like DeMar DeRozan could have just as many, if not more, turnovers and a worse shooting percentage than James Harden, and he won't receive the same criticism as Harden would if he were to have the same performance. Is there not truth in that statement? Another double standard. Because of the stigma created around Harden throughout the years about his poor defense by Shaqtin' a Fool and other media outlets, he could actually play solid defense and never get the credit for it. I mean, just 2 years ago in the 2019-20 season, Harden finished as the first player in NBA history to lead the league in total points, assists, and steals in a single season. Sure, he's not a great on-ball defender, but he knows how to read the passing lanes pretty well if you ask me. Finally, how about this double standard? Harden gets locked down by Scottie Barnes on one possession of a summer open run, for crying out loud, and that trended on Twitter. Yet, no one was talking about him cooking the rest of that run. This is what the media won't tell you about James Harden, and this is one of the reasons why my channel exists, people. And for Harden, he has one goal next season.
What can you say to Sixers fans that are excited for the year?
Another year to try to win a championship. Philly know I'll be coming.
So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think that James Harden is unfairly treated by the media? Why or why not? We'll be back with more Topic Tackle coming soon. Stay solid, people.